Hey, I just want to do a quick video showing you how the travel advisory app works. So I can run this continuously, but it doesn't upgrade too frequently. So I'm going to run this that invokes the RSS link. That's this link over here, full of RSS with some Dublin core extensions. You find that out when you start to parse it. So I take that, convert it into JSON from RSS, split out the JSON, split the records apart, grab the fields I like. The formatting in there is a little weird, so I pull them out with JSON path, break this up by category, and then I'm going to take all the category fields plus fields that I put into the attributes temporarily, put them together to format a new type of object. And I want everyone to know this is JSON, that's my schema, that's my topic, send it out. See, when you call this, you get the data back, you'll see it's like we mentioned in RSS, and there's some extensions here for Dublin Core, like these fields here, and there's some categories with attributes, and you have multiple of those depending on what type of travel advisory there is from the state there. So we've got this data reusable component here, outputs JSON records that we could do anything with. I like to send it to Kafka so I could do additional analytics or whatever I want to do here. Data comes in. One thing I'm going to do is slow it down because it comes through so fast. You blink, the data's gone. It's kind of a problem when your system's too fast. Thanks, NiFi. So what I'm going to do is pull out the fields that I'm interested in sending an alert to so I can notify my team, hey, watch out. Now I can put a query record processor here to go, if it's in countries where we have an office, do something, maybe then look at some other stream of data, but we could also do that downstream in Flink. Here I'm formatting this information as the content because that's how you need to send it when I'm doing sending it to Discord. They like to have the data in JSON, but with one field content. Here, I'm just going to run this once because if I send thousands of messages to Slack or Discord, I get in trouble. Very easy to send things to Discord. You set up a webhook. Slack, you set up an app with a webhook. It's slightly more work, but not too much. And again, I could have these run continuously or maybe on a schedule just to get the, send those alerts out. But we'll take a look at those in a minute. So they went there. I'm going to send some. Well, you see, that's why even at the controlled rate 1,000 instantly. So we'll check that, make sure that got to Kafka. We can look at the provenance here and we could see what happened with the data, how big it was. We could see we sent one message, whole bunch of metadata in there. We could actually look at the content of the JSON as well. And as you can see here, it's in that new format we have that makes it pretty clean to read. And here I put this advisor ID because I decided to break out these into more records for each of those different categories, just so I could put them together. Depends on how we want to do it, but that made sense to me. Now, another thing I'm doing is I'm getting ready for a really cool NiFi event we're running in the cloud. So I wanted to send my data over there, despite the fact that my environment is the most secure thing you're ever going to see. It's pretty awesome, but it takes a little steps to do. And I'll show you that in the next video. And so, what's basically happening is up here in the cloud, I've got a Flow Designer running in test mode, and I set up a inbound connection here, and it's got SSL and it's got a certificate, and you got to get them in NiFi format. So what I do here is when that comes in, I'm just listening on that port over there over SSL. I'm going to add my schema name there. I could do some filtering and other stuff, just keeping it simple. And then I'm going to push it to my Kafka in the cloud, which I have running up here in a quick data hub I set up. And I also set up a schema registry. So I have this schema. So we all agree what the fields look like, their types. And I'll have this in a GitHub so you could do it if you want. Here is my topic over here. Hopefully I didn't lose my connection here. When you have a lot of security, you gotta be careful that you don't let things time out. But here we are. We could see we've already got 7 megs in there. I'm sending that data pretty quickly. And we can look at the data. It's coming in as Avro with a schema we mentioned before. But we could view that data within the environment. You can see some pretty big ones in here. And we've already got 1,800 records using the schema that I put in the schema registry that I've got running up in my secure cloud. Pretty awesome. That's how easy it is to do. But if you see here, running this locally and distributing it through SSL to a secure environment to send that up there, and I can look at my data provenance there, see how it got sent, see what it sent over, see how it sent over the content, and that it made it successfully. Pretty awesome. Very easy to do. We could see if we got a message here. Yeah, we could see we got one in Slack. Fortunately, Slack won't let me format HTML. I probably should use something to convert HTML to markup language or to some other formatting. I might do that. Clearly, NiFi could do that. This is what the full HTML version looks like if you go to the link inside that advisory. Again, that's something if you have your own dashboard, you can link that in. And we also sent that to Discord just to give you another option of where you could send stuff to. But pretty easy to do this. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully you want to give it a try. And again, any source of data.